Hi everyone, I'm Abner Mosqueda speaking for Team A. I'm here to start off speaking of the Best Buy leasing program that we've been researching about and trying to push here. For starters, I want to speak about the current issues facing the company. Of course, the main thing is competition wise. There's a lot of companies out there like Amazon, Walmart, Target, eBay. Tons are competing, pushing the same products that we have going on. Although some are more convenient, they're closer to their areas, there's multiple stores. But I really want to speak about what really makes them unique. So on this slide, the competitors' advantages, I want to speak about how these places stay unique. For example, Amazon, eBay, their online retailer is pretty famous right now. The whole online shopping has kind of been like taking up a lot of the purchases. For example, thousands of vendors are pushing their products online through these websites. And also, there's a fast free shipping that they do offer. Like for example, Amazon Prime, you can get things within the same day, sometimes even a day or two after purchasing. And almost everything could be found on these websites, and they're just simply a click away. Just add to cart, and just at that ease. And people are preferring that, especially with now the more futuristic, techie kind of world we're living in. Another thing too, Walmart and Target do offer the same products even at lower prices too. Walmart has their rollback prices, and is always offering cheaper prices. Everything essential is in one building. So, for example, you go for any electronics to groceries across the store. Pretty much everything's there for you. And pretty much almost the same merchandise can be found as well in Target and Walmart that we find here in Best Buy.
Best Buy has been struggling since 2008 recession, and its revenue has been relatively flat since 2013, despite the fact that its competitors have continued to gain market and share an increase in their revenue. It is said that a content producer only needs 1,000 true fans to make $1 million per year. If true fans are the key to the brand's success, then Best Buy needs to focus on finding out who their true fans are. The question Best Buy needs to ask themselves is what type of consumer tends to be a true fan? True fans, for example, true fans act as a real life star reviews and can provide the best form of marketing for a brand. Real life unpaid fans cannot be replaced, are irreplaceable. They go out of their way to tell their family and friends about with their experience with the brand's product. Once Best Buy creates an avatar of who their true fans can be, Best Buy needs to create then Best Buy needs to create a marketing plan to acquire those true fans. We need to a good place to start would be with early adapters. And early adapters are those who don't mind spending the extra money on unproven technologies, as long as they can be the first ones to use the newest technologies. They like to try new things and love to seek out new experiences. That's why they don't mind paying a little more. It would be a good option for customers to be able to afford the latest technology. So a leasing program is designed to give options to customers who wish to save money while being up to date with the latest gadgets and technology. Some consumers are intimidated with frequent changes in technology landscape and even go to extreme measures to own devices with little changes to them. Some consumers are just fine with keeping their current phones and will wait 2 to 3 years to update. Leasing is an option which will be targeted towards the other consumers who wish to always have the newest technology. With the introduction to the program, consumers will have the opportunity to make lease payments instead of making payments to own a piece of technology which will be severely outdated once paid off. Customers will have the option to trade their current item for the newest item after a certain time frame. They will keep making these lease payments.
So leasing is pretty common with other companies as well. For example, Sears and Aarons, they do offer a leasing program, even though they don't advertise it too well. Some of their products are available for leasing, and they even have so-called lease to own, or those that want to continue and just own the product. They could just keep on making finish off the payments and be able to keep it to their own. Another great example would be car dealerships. I'm pretty sure a lot of us are familiar with leasing when it comes to vehicles. Amongst the commercials, you'll see them. They have like monthly payments going on too, where you do the payments and you don't technically fully own the car, but at the same time, we have the opportunity to always like change it for the other model after the contract sort of ends. Leasing does offer customers to stay kind of updated as well. Going back to the vehicles, you always get the newer model once your contract is finished up. Same as leasing for the products, gadgets, tech, machinery. As we all know, things become outdated pretty quickly, so it'd be kind of at ease to be able to just switch over to a newer one. It is easier for those who don't wish to commit, like a lot of those that lease vehicles and also these items as well too. You don't have to stick with the car that you have. You could always just kind of change it up once the contract would be ending. A good argument would be buying versus leasing. Buying, the one thing with them as well too is once you purchase it, you're practically committed with the item until you get rid of, sell off, or anything else the particular, as well as these things normally become outdated pretty quickly. Technology moves pretty rapidly, so it's kind of so within like a year or two they do become outdated. And of course, in order to own these things, there's always that one big payment that has to be done towards the purchase, even if it's a loan or something. It's still a big purchase that you're throwing down for this item. As for leasing, you could always discontinue after a certain period, of course, once the contract so ends, which makes it a little more convenient for those that aren't like too about much into committing to these products. Opportunity to upgrade to the latest models. So as we all know, like there's an iPhone every year at this point, maybe even every month later on in the future. But other than that, you could always just upgrade to the next model, the latest models, to just be up to date with all the tech, as well as monthly payments too. So it's a little easier out of the pocket for those that don't wish to just make full on payments as well either.
From the new drones to the Nintendo Switch, the iPhone X, and the Xbox One, just to name a few, the amount of new technology that is launched this year alone is staggering. The company can take this as an opportunity to grow their own sales, not only by providing the actual technology, but providing consumers a way to get their hands on it through leasing, thus distinguishing them and making them more competitive as a company. Would a leasing program succeed? To get an idea of how customers would respond to this, we surveyed 30 people and asked if they would in fact consider leasing through Best Buy. A whopping 93% indicated they would be interested in leasing through Best Buy, thus suggesting that there is a demand for a leasing program and that it is more than likely it would be successful and well liked through the Best Buy customers. So what types of products should be available for leasing? The majority of surveyors showed their interest in a variety of products. The most interest, however, was seen in gaming, phones, tablets, and computers. And now the next question, how long should these products be available for lease? After conducting a survey, 73% of the surveyors suggested that they would want to lease until a newer version of the product came out, with 10% at 1 year and 17% at 2 years. And considering the short time span between each version of a product, leasing until a newer product is available would enable customers to stay up to date with the newest technology. So how will Best Buy market this new program? Well, with technology playing such a huge role in our lives, it is important to use this as a means of marketing. A survey response suggested that the internet, TV, and email were the most effective in advertising, as opposed to billboards, the radio, and paper mail.
Hey everybody, my name is Manuel. I'm going to be talking about how Best Buy is going to execute its marketing plan for this leasing proposal. Step 1 will be to create a viral internet video showing how lame it is to not have the newest tech gadgets, anywhere from cell phones to TVs. We want to create a sense of urgency in the market. We want to let consumers know that if they want to be the one that all their friends are envious of, that they got to have the newest tech gadgets. And we're going to try to breed that urgency into consumers with our viral video. Step 2 will be to use the data collected from the video to reach out to customers who match the demographics of the group which viewed the video most. So for example, if the video was watched primarily by 24 to 32-year-old female who likes Apple products and Taylor Swift, then Best Buy will target those specific interests with social media advertising and collect email addresses. So the way it works is when you do social media advertising either on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, because people on those platforms like celebrities and they like products, they get tagged with interests, and then you can reach out and market to somebody who is a certain age range and who likes a certain product like Apple. Step 3 will be to use the email addresses that Best Buy accumulates to survey the audience and specifically find out what they are willing to lease. So what we want to do is not just guess and try to figure out ourselves what somebody's willing to lease. So what we want to do is ask them, what are you willing to spend your money on? And through that email survey, we'll figure out exactly what they want. The next part of the marketing plan is after conducting the email surveys, Best Buy will then proceed to lease the items to the customers for a 6-month trial lease. So we're going to start off with a small group of customers and then give them just a 6-month lease so we can see exactly how the proposed lease program is going to play out. We're going to see if they like it and if it's profitable. And once the 6 months trial is over, the customers will be asked if they would like to keep the product and pay it off in full, or return it for the newest iteration of the product. This will give us a good sense if the customers view the product, or if the customers view the leasing program as a way to buy the new product and have cheaper monthly payments up front, or if they truly do like the leasing program and they want to trade in the old product and get the new one and continue making payments. Now, the next part is, how are we going to allocate return leased products? So Best Buy will sell the previously leased products to customers who are willing to buy the products for a discount. So when a customer comes in and their 6-month lease is over and what they want to do is get the new product, well, they're going to give us their used product, and we're going to turn around and sell that product to other customers. So if a brand new iPhone sells for $1,000 after 6 months, it's used, and let's say it can sell for $500, well, we're going to have an iPhone that's only 6 months old, and it can be sold for $500. So somebody can come in, get essentially a really nice iPhone for half the price. Now, Best Buy will also work out deals with manufacturers to have leased products sent back to them to be checked for proper usage. Once the products are certified to be working in like new condition, the products can be resold to customers at a premium, as the products will now be certified used. So, going back to the previous example, if somebody brings in their product and they want to get the new one, instead of selling that iPhone for half the price, for $500 instead of $1,000, what we can do is we can take the iPhone, send it back to Apple, they'll refurbish it, send it back to us, and instead of selling that iPhone for $500, we can maybe sell it for $650. So then we're going to close out the program, and we got to look at the dollars and cents. After the trial is finished, Best Buy will analyze how profitable the program actually was. There are some metrics that need to be considered, and those are how much was spent on advertising, how many hours were spent on setting up the advertising campaign, how many hours were spent with email outreach. All costs associated with the lease and resale of the products will have to be subtracted from the incoming revenue. If the number is positive, then Best Buy can continue with the program. If it is negative, then the program should be further examined to maximize efficiency. We think it's a good program, and if the numbers don't add up in the beginning, I think Best Buy should stay with the program and continue to try to make it efficient.